Alright guys, what's going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we just recently finished the Harry Potter video game Let's Plays. Unfortunately, the next time I was hoping to come up here and do a Talk Harry Potter would to do like a review series on the Harry Potter movies that I haven't gotten around to doing yet. Unfortunately, though, I'm coming up here with some sad news for the Harry Potter universe. This past Friday, October 14th, 2022, it was announced by his agent, Belinda Wright, that longtime actor, Scottish actor, best known for his role as Rubeus Hagrid in the Harry Potter franchise, Robbie Coltrane, unfortunately passed away at the age of 72. He apparently died in a hospital near his home in Larbert, Scotland, and apparently Coltrane has been ill for the past 2 years, but there was no disclosure as to what the illness was, and they just asked this time to please respect the privacy of the Coltrane family. He was born Anthony Robert Macmillan in 1950. Coltrane, of course, was an actor, and it was also a TV comedian for most of his life, of course, as we all know. Of course, he was in several, criminal psychologist things. I think he was in Star Trek, I think also I've heard from what I know. He's in a couple of Bond movies. But, of course, the character he's most known for, that I will always know him as for, is his character, of course, of the big giant teddy bear, Rubeus Hagrid. Well, he's not a legitimate big giant teddy bear, but he's a big giant, but he's a hero as well. He was definitely like one of the unsung hero of the Harry Potter series in that franchise. From being the one to, deliver Harry, to, just being courageous, having a lot of blame put on him, but overcoming them, such as, when he was expelled after being accused of being the one to open the Chamber of Secrets, to when, of course, when it circled back around again in the Chamber of Secrets, he was also arrested then, and then of course released, and of course saved thanks to Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Well, mostly Harry and Ron, since Hermione got petrified, proving his innocence, was set free. Of course, he did deal with some more setbacks. In Prisoner of Azkaban, he was promoted as the Care of Magical Creatures professor. Unfortunately, his first class, Malfoy suffered an accident, and of course, the Malfoy family went ballistic over it. Goblet of Fire, he more so just, helped Harry find himself out about the dragons. He also fell in love with whoever the headmistress of the Bobax Academy was. The other ones, of course, he was floating around and whatnot. Of course, he almost lost his job again. Well, I'm sorry. Umbridge took him away in Order of the Phoenix whenever she took over as headmistress, and he was always a huge supporter of Harry, even if he accidentally revealed a lot of information to Harry that he should not have, such as I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. But outside of the character itself, of course, we all know is everybody's favorite. I know in an interview I heard one time, Bonnie Wright said Hagrid was one character who played Ginny. She always said that Hagrid was one character that if she had a choice of somebody else to play, she would have loved to have played Hagrid. Of course, it would have been interesting, of course, but but a lot of people would say that Robbie Coltrane was one of the funniest guys on set, keeping everybody's spirits up, especially during Prisoner of Azkaban, when they would hide out in Hagrid's hut during storms and whatnot. He seemed to have been a very lovable guy. His character of Hagrid was similar to who Robbie Coltrane was in real life. Except he was only 6'1" and not 8'6", as Hagrid, as he revealed in an interview with Prisoner of Azkaban. That's how tall Hagrid apparently was, 8'6". And I think the costume he wore weighed about 90 pounds. I think from what I remember him saying. But a lot of actors expressed their gratitude for him on Twitter, and whatnot. And Coltrane was married From 1999 to 2003 to Rana Jamel, if I mispronounced that name, I apologize. They separated in 2003, and they shared 2 children as well. Again, no details yet on what the illness was, but it's been a while since we've had a Harry Potter character pass away. And I know of course, the last big one for sure, as of now I can think of, was Alan Rickman back in 2016. Maybe some others that I was not made aware of, but definitely one of the biggest names for sure. Sad to see it happens, but hopefully he's taking his rightful place up in heaven for sure. Again, Robbie Coltrane, former actor who played Rubeus Hagrid in the Harry Potter series, and known for other things, but mostly known as Hagrid in the Harry Potter series, passed away this past Friday after a 2-year illness at the age of 72.